Hi everyone, and welcome to the table. Grab a drink and relax, because I've got a story for you. Before we get started, if you're a fan of rare, vintage, nostalgic Yu-Gi-Oh! And the stories behind the cards, hit the subscribe button on the bottom, and boom, you made, if you know what I mean. I've got a lot more things like this either on the way or tucked away, so I suggest you do that for your own good. Now in this video, we will be unpacking a very rare set of the first Exodia cards ever made way back in 1998. Checking out their condition, I'll be giving you the story of how these cards came to be and a timeline for the very first few Exodia cards produced after this, including the first Konami Exodia, which is pretty interesting, so be sure to watch all the way through. Now, before I go any further, I want to give a huge shout out to Yugi_VS_Baka on Instagram, who is extremely helpful in piecing together this history, as well as providing many of the images for this video from his personal collection, which is insane. Check him out. All right, I went ahead and took this envelope out of the box due to all the shipping information on it, but have not opened it, so you'll be seeing this with me for the first time. These were purchased from a seller in Japan and are supposedly in good condition. I'll probably be sending them in for grading if that's true. Let's hope for the seller's sake they're as good as he says. Now, before we open, how rare are these? We're talking PSA Pop 15 when you combine all of the other pieces graded. How many of those 15 are PSA 10? One, and that's just a left arm. Compare that to a first edition LOB English Exodia. There are 1,151 pieces graded and 273 are PSA 10s. Or as I like to say, your Aunt Juliana even has one stuck in the couch somewhere probably. All right, let's open them up, why don't we? All right, let's see what we got. First up, let's check out the head. Pretty good, actually. I will say there appears to be just a little bit of whitening in this corner. Very minimal. I'm very happy with the condition of that. I don't see any scratches on the surface. A little bit on the sleeve there. I don't know if I can get these out. All right, so we have one hairline scratch on the back. I don't know if you can see that right there. It's very shallow right there. And on the front, wow, flawless. Actually, this is one of the best conditioned ones I've ever seen. I'm going to go ahead and throw that in my own sleeve. I don't like these tight sleeves. They tend to damage your cards getting them in and out. I'm going to go ahead and put that in a top loader as well. Being very careful. Gorgeous. Next up. Okay. Let's go ahead and take that out of here. Being very careful. bit of dust on it, I guess as you would expect. I have to come and clean these cards a little bit later. Okay, so on this one, there's just a little bit of lifting on that top there. You see it right there. And no scratches on the front. On the back, okay, a couple little nicks here on the back. Little scratch here, a little nick there. Corners look very good though. Whitening, very minimal. Right around that lifting. And then one little tiny dot. I don't even know if it's picked up on camera right there on the bottom. Again, I'm gonna go ahead and sleeve this. And throw that in the top loader as well. All right, next up, right arm. Okay, this is looking pretty good here. Have to be oh so careful with cards this old. I don't see any scratches whatsoever. No scratches on the back. This one is perfect. If anything, there is one microscopic almost dot at the bottom of whitening. And other than that, it looks pretty flawless. Okay, I'll be very careful with this. Put that on top loader as well. That is coming together nicely. All right. Let's look at his right foot here. Right leg, I guess I should say. Looks pretty good. Gosh. Okay. I think that might just need to be clean there. But scratchless. As far as whitening goes, you have just a little bit in that corner. And just a little bit, a little tiny spot right there on the right. No scratches. On the back, a couple little blemishes, one here, very tiny. No corner issues, no whitening on the back. Centering's pretty good as well. Not bad. All right, let's look at this one. Last card. Let's see how we're looking here. Pretty clean looking. All right, how are we looking here? Okay, it's a little dusty. I think that can all just be wiped away with a soft cloth. As far as whitening goes, tiny bit right there in the bottom, very small. Wow, another scratchless one. Oh, and then we have a little bit of, well, it looks like dirt right there. That doesn't look like it's actually scratched or anything. And wow, the back is actually flawless. Beautiful card. I do want to call one thing out, though. It looks like there might be just a hairline, a very small amount of whitening on the top there. I mean, it's... I didn't even notice it, to be honest. All right, let's throw this in a top loader. Okay, now the story. In 1998, Bandai began making Yu-Gi-Oh cards after receiving a license from Toei Animation, the company that created the Yu-Gi-Oh anime. These cards look quite different when compared to Konami, as you can tell. They feature different artwork, sometimes had different attack and defense values, and the game they were used to play had different rules. These Exodia cards were released with Bandai's first generation card set on April 4th, 1998. This would be the only time Bandai made a full 5-piece Exodia, even though they continued to make card sets for Yu-Gi-Oh! Now, it's important to note that in 1998, Bandai wasn't the only company making Yu-Gi-Oh cards technically. Exact dates from 1998 are not known on these next few, but my understanding is they were made after Bandai began making Yu-Gi-Oh cards and before Konami obtained exclusive rights in 1999. There were the Marusho Toei card stickers. They had a volume 1, which featured 3 different full-body, non-holographic Exodia common cards, along with a gold and silver version of Exodia that only featured the head. Attack was on top, defense below, represented by Millennium Puzzles. Marusho Toei then released volume 2 of their card sticker set, which featured an Exodia non-holographic 5-piece set, 1 full-body art card in 4 different holographic variations, where the holographic pattern was a little different on each holographic variant, as well as the same full-body art in a silver and gold variation with attack on the left and defense on the right, represented by number values. An Amada Toei small sticker square set with a 5-piece Exodia and 1 full-body Exodia sticker was released, as well as a Toei poker card set, set 1 and set 2, which included a 5-piece Exodia, but the pieces of Exodia were split between set 1 and 2 and also came in normal and prism finish. These are extremely rare. Now back to Bandai. They released their last cards to ever feature Exodia in their sticker card series on January 20th, 1999, known as the Sealed Ass series. It featured 2 full-body Exodia cards. So how about Konami? While Konami did begin printing cards in 1998, see my Red Eyes video for that one, they didn't print any Exodia cards until 1999. And even then, they released each piece separately throughout a 3-month period, which required you to go on a hunt to get them all at that time. It began with the left leg being included with a Volume 3 booster on May 27th, 1999. The right arm was included with the Duel Monsters 2, Dark Duel Stories Game Guide 1, released on July 13th, 1999. The right leg was included in the Volume 4 booster on July 22nd, 1999. The left arm was included in the Duel Monsters 2 Dark Duel Stories Game Guide 2 on August 10th, 1999. And finally, the head of Exodia was included in the Premium Pack set released at the Duel Monsters 2 Dark Duel Stories Duelist League in the Tokyo Dome Tournament on August 26th, 1999. These pieces didn't include the Eye of Anubis hologram in the lower right corner, nor did they include printed card numbers. Hunting these down at the time was the only way to get Exodia for about a full year until the Phantom God boosters were released on August 10th, 2000. These would include all pieces of Exodia. However, they were all secret rares, and they did include the Eye of Anubis as well as card numbers. Well, everyone, that gets you up to speed on the first Konami Exodia 5-piece set release, as well as the second, I guess. I hope this was informative, and if you have any other details about this story or other interesting stories about Yu-Gi-Oh, drop them down below. See you next time. Take care.